Welcome, dear participants, for the second session of our last days of the 6 days online faculty development program. Uh, to grace this occasion, we have Dr. Ramesh Mittall, sir, uh, for this session. It is our pleasure and honor to introduce Professor Dr. Ramesh Mittall, a distinguished expert in entrepreneurship, skill development, and agricultural innovation. With over 2 decades of experience, he has made significant contributions to academia, research, and the development of startups and incubation ecosystems. Currently, Sir serves as chairperson of ANC Agri Network Consultancy, advisor to ACART FinTech, and Dean of Faculty and Skill Development at Vishwakarma Skill University, Jaipur. He is also an advisor to the All India Agricultural Students Association, that is AIASA, and a mentor at the STPI Motion Center of Excellence, supporting technological innovations and startups. Previously, Sir has held various positions of director and senior director at CCS NIAM, that is National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, for nearly 2 decades, where he played a pivotal role in fostering innovation and entrepreneurship in agricultural marketing. Sir also holds a master's degree in commerce and postgraduate diploma in entrepreneurship from the University of Rajasthan. His expertise spans mentorship, consultancy, training, and research, making him a valued resource for promoting skill development and entrepreneurial growth. We look forward to his valuable insights and expertise in this faculty development program. So on behalf of KLS, I am here. So I welcome you, sir, for this session. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the nice, introduction. And it's my privilege to share my gratitude. I have been invited by this institute and with the faculty members. So the director, dean, faculty member, all the people who have been given me this opportunity to, interact all the participants, since it is a faculty development program. So faculty is very, very important. I believe my PPT is quite visible and my voice is also audible. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Both are intact. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So let me continue with my presentation. Before I go for the presentation, formal presentation, I would like to request all the faculty members, this entrepreneurship and this startup ecosystem, those are pretty new in our ecosystem. But if you look at the history of this country, we have entrepreneurial aptitude around the country. Like, look at the most of the people, many people who have gone out of India and they are proving themselves. They are working in Japan, they are working in USA, they are working in Europe, they are working in, different part of the world. So they have proven, that is, so like proven entrepreneurial, aptitude or attitude, what they are doing across the world. So the topic which is given to me, which is like government schemes on Agri-Tech in India. As you are aware, Government of India, or with the help of state governments also, they have introduced so many schemes. Those schemes are pretty relevant for the sector specific, discipline specific, and the category specific also. So we'll see one by one the kind of schemes which was launched by the Government of India and the kind of impact, how to participate, what are the pros and cons. We have limited time, but I'll try to match, your expectation through this power presentation. So look at the kind of, I'll just give you the glimpses, the various kind of government schemes which are available. For example, if you talk about the agriculture has one particular scheme which is known as a RKVY Raftaar. RKVY Raftaar has initiated, the plan was adopted in the 2016-17 and 2019, the scheme was launched. So since right from the inception, I was associated with this scheme. So let me give you the complete insight about this scheme also, although we'll go by one and we'll explain. And the purpose of basically to share such kind of schemes with you so that you can motivate our students or our stakeholders to become entrepreneur. And entrepreneurship is not only to have a particular kind of business, but we have today many kind of format. Like one format is startup, which is now quite popular. And if you look at the world map, where India stood number 5, and we are going to be have number 4 very soon on the startup ecosystem. And if you talk about the startup ecosystem in the country, we have more than 130 unicorns, and they are doing excellent business. And I'll let you know some good insight of the startup ecosystem also. So RKVY Raftaar has 29 centers across the country, and will tell you, will explain you, how to make use of these centers, and how to go for, how to encash, so all kind of things. Then we have Atal Incubation Centers. So Atal Incubation Center, like RKVY Raftaar Center, has introduced by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. Exclusively, this scheme has launched by the ministry to support agri entrepreneurship across the country. And agri entrepreneurship, they have chosen the area that is agri-tech startup or agri startups. So 29 centers are working. Then Atal Incubation Center concept has been introduced by the Niti Aayog. So Niti Aayog has one mission which is known as a Atal Mission, and Atal Mission has one format which is known as a Atal Incubation Center. Will see through, like what is Atal Incubation Center, how it is helping to agri-tech sector also. Then Software Technology Park of India, which is known as a STPI. So they have one format where they are promoting entrepreneurship as well as agri-tech startups also. Now you'll surprise to know, like, how come this STPI has taken, ride into this agri-tech sector. So very interesting. Then MSME centers. Ministry of MSME has introduced one scheme, and through MSME centers across the country, like each and every state has one center, at least one center. So with the help of those centers, such schemes are running across the country. Then Department of Science and Technology, which is known as a DST, they have technology based incubation centers across the country, which is known as a TBI, technology based incubation center. So this center is again doing excellent work and moving further. So they have also taken care about this agri part. So that center is also going on. And then state startup councils. Each and every state has one startup council. They have set up one startup council, and in all the discipline, all the sectors, they are doing excellent. They are promoting startups. So they have support. Uh, they have support system for agri-tech startup also, and we are going to speak about that also. Then Startup India, which is part of Department of Industry. So that is one of the biggest setup in the country. So look at this is, in like the kind of format which is available, the kind of ecosystem in a startup that is available in India. And I'm going to discuss you, and I'm going to tell you how it is working and how to take advantage of this system, and how to motivate to our student to further, so they can take the advantage, they can become entrepreneur, they can become CEO of the one startup, they can co-founder of that particular startup. So now look at, this is the first part, which is RKVY Raftaar. Now RKVY Raftaar is a scheme, and this RKVY Raftaar scheme has been introduced in 1819 with the objective to promote innovation and entrepreneurship by providing financial support and nurturing the incubation ecosystem. Startups pertaining to agriculture and allied sector are being encouraged in the order of contribute directly or indirectly to enhancing the income of farmers by providing opportunity to them and to provide employment to youth. In this connection, the ministry has appointed 5 knowledge partners. So all five knowledge partners are working directly under the Ministry of Agriculture. Those are, I'll tell you name one by one, and I'll tell you how to take admission also. So it's a very easy and it is good thing to motivate our student to take admission in cohorts. So five knowledge partner. One is IRI Pusa, which is located in Delhi, and Dr. Akriti is the PI of this center. Then second center is CCS National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, which is located at Jaipur. Earlier I was looking after, but after my superannuation, my successor is Dr. Sapna is looking after as a director. Third is that is National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management, which is known as a Manage Hyderabad. So Dr. Sarvana is the PI for that, and he is looking after. Then, then fourth is University of Agriculture Science, Dharwad. University of Agriculture Science, Dharwad, which is in Karnataka. So you can look at how Dharwad is working, and they have one also PI, and that PI is looking after that University of Agriculture Science, Dharwad. Then the last, which is fifth one, then they have University of this Agriculture, which is Jorhat. That is in Jorhat. So that is also involved to support this agri startup ecosystem. So these five knowledge partners are working across the country, and these five knowledge partners are having 24 agribusiness small incubators also, and those are scattered across the country and they are working. So once you go on those websites, once you click the website, you will come to know how these centers are working and which states are catered by which one. For example, if you ask me for the National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, Institute of Agriculture Marketing has 5 states. One is Jharkhand, second is Odisha, third is Bihar, fourth is West Bengal, and fifth is Rajasthan. So in West Bengal, we have mentoring, we are mentoring the IIT Kharagpur. IIT Kharagpur is a very prominent, institute which has a mixed blend of management, technology, engineering, and agriculture. So IIT Kharagpur is doing very well, and IIT Kharagpur is a part of our system. So second is Bihar Agriculture University, Bhagalpur. So that is again one of the biggest university in Bihar, and that university has one startup incubation center and mentored by NIAM. Third is National Rice Research Institute, Cuttack, Odisha. And fourth is like in Jharkhand, still we are working on it. And fifth is in Rajasthan, there is a Jobner Agriculture University, which is state-funded university, and the abbreviation is SKNU University, Swami Narendra Karan University. And NIAM itself has Center for Excellence. Same like, this IRI has one setup where IRI has hand-holding many incubation centers across the country. Same like, University of Agriculture Science, Dharwad. Same like Manage Hyderabad. Same like Jorhat. So all are working. Now, so they are component of this program is like ABCDEF, strengthening of agribusiness incubator, setting up new, one Rabi 2-month training program, and to support startup and entrepreneur, and to provide technical and financial support to the startup, mentorship, IP issues, testing, product technology, validation, seed stage funding, and these all 29 centers. Let me tell you one interesting thing. Suppose you are from Telangana, then you are eligible to apply in one incubation center which is located in Telangana, or maybe 2 which are available in Telangana, or across the border state. Like, in Andhra you can apply, Tamil Nadu you can apply, or Karnataka you can apply. And suppose Kerala is also touching, then Kerala you can also apply. And apart from them, you can apply to the knowledge partner like Niam or Manage or anywhere. So you have chance to apply in knowledge partner. Number one, you have chance to apply in an incubation center which is located in your home state. You have chance to apply to your neighbor state, which border is adjoining border of the your home state. So these are the ample opportunity you can apply for the startup itself. Then issue comes for the funding. Yes. So these all 29 incubation center providing two type of funding. One is up to the 5 lakh rupees grant in aid, and second is up to the 25 lakh rupees grant in aid. So up to the 5 lakh rupees, that is pre idea stage or maybe the idea stage, where you are just coming in with an idea, simple idea. You are working with that idea and you are moving with that idea, and you once the institute is approved your idea, then you will work upon, and once you complete your idea, then you are still eligible for the 20 lakh rupees more as a grant of seed stage, which is prototype stage. Otherwise you will have for idea stage up to the 5 lakh rupees. As a student, you can also eligible to have 4 lakh rupees, which is premature idea. Suppose any student has one bright idea and he is thinking to move on that idea, then still that student is eligible to have that 4 lakh rupees for that particular idea. So 4 lakh rupees as a student for that idea, and 5 lakh rupees as an idea stage for that particular idea. And once you cross your idea stage, then 25 lakh rupees as a grant in aid for that particular purpose. So look at, this is the gateway to take admission and to participate in the cohort. Like in this cohort, the interesting part is basically they usually go for the social media or for the advertisement. They push the advertisement like all 29 institutions. They have to push the advertisement in newspaper or social media and their websites. So what you can do, you can refer such website to your students, and then students, once they refer that website, so what they need, they have to prepare, they have to develop one business plan, and that business plan must be very good and it should match the expectation of the incubation center. And once you develop your business plan, you can submit that business plan. Once they like your business plan, they'll invite you for the presentation. Once you go for the presentation, once you have been accepted over the presentation, then they will invite you for the admission. That is known as a cohort. Cohort means cohort number 1, 2, 3. So cohort 1 is like the your admission, that is approximately 100 days you need to spend in this cohort approx. So they'll teach you marketing, they'll teach you finance, they'll teach you human resource, they'll teach you many kind of practices which are required for the startup. They'll help you for the patent, for copyright or IP addresses. So such kind of things they'll help you somehow. And it is not like that only. Once you complete your this cohort, then again they'll ask you to go for the presentation, and they'll help you to make your presentation bankable as a bankable project report. Once your project is bankable project report, then they will approve your startup as idea stage for 5 lakh rupees or as a seed stage, which is 25 lakh rupees. So once you select it for that, then they will go for the due diligence. Due diligence means basically where you are working, the kind of technology which is used by you, where you are, finding your product, where is your office, how many people are working. Such kind of due diligence is very, very important. So they'll look at that due diligence, and once they see your due diligence, then they'll give you money in installment. So maybe 2 installment they'll give you 50% first time, 50% second time. And once you take that installment, after that they will go for the milestone. They'll check your milestone. They'll ask you to submit the milestone. Once you submit your milestone, then they will check your milestone based on your work. So this RKVY Raftaar is a very, very important, and NIAM itself has developed more than 650 agri tech startups across the country. And out of 650, hundreds are working very well. And some of them startups has been taken over by Japan. Some startups has gone like 100 crore, turnover or something like that. So my request is to all the faculty members, please publicize and motivate to your students to participate in all these 29 startups and take the advantage. And the interesting part of this, like that, the all money, which is like either 4 lakh or 5 lakh or maybe the 25 lakh rupees, that will be grant. That is not loan. And so, like the money which is given to you, they'll not take back. It is not equity. It is simple grant. Once you are eligible, they will give it to you that money and you use that money and grow. And once you complete your startup, then they will provide you the NOC also. So you can have some more money across the country. Now, let me give you the second ecosystem, which is known as a Atal Incubation Center. So during last 5 years, Atal Innovation Mission has established 56 Atal Incubation Center (AIC) and 14 Atal Community Innovation Center across the country. So you look at the map of India, and you will find signifies like Atal Incubation Center (AIC) and significance established incubation center, which is EIC. So you will find out now the differences in this RKVY Raftaar and differences basically in Atal Incubation Center is like that. RKVY Raftaar centers has been given to all the government institutions. Like all 29 institutions are either IIT, IIM, or ICR institution, or maybe the Center for Excellence, which are working under the Ministry of Agriculture. So no private institution has taken the advantage to set up this RKVY Raftaar. But yes, in Atal Incubation Center, mostly that AIC has been set up in private universities, not in government university. So you will find mostly Atal Incubation Centers are working in private universities, and they are having the same kind of structure. Atal Incubation Center is like that, suppose the private university is ready to contribute 5 lakh rupees, then Atal Incubation Center like Niti Aayog is also contributing 5 lakh rupees. And for this center, you need to have Section 8 company. But in RKVY Raftaar, it was not necessary. Earlier, it was not necessary to have Section 8 company. But later on, the ministry has asked to set up Section 8 company. Now, these all 29 centers are working to set up Section 8 company now. But Atal Incubation Center has already Section 8 company. Section 8 company is basically, it's like autonomous organization where the resources are independent and the working is also independent. So you will not feel pressure from the present system where people are having the governing board and the different kind of committees and that kind of system. Now, Software Technology Park of India. So Software Technology Park of India is a premier science and technology related organization under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, METI, engage in promoting IT, ITES industry, innovation, RCD, startups, product, IP creation in the field of emerging technologies, for example, IoT, blockchain, artificial intelligence, machine learning, computer vision robotics, robotics process automation, augmented C virtual reality, animated C virtual effect, data science, C analysis for various domain like gaming, fintech, agri-tech, meditech, autonomous, connected electric C shares, mobility, ESDM, cybersecurity, industry 4.0, drone, efficiency augmentation, etc. STPI is established COE technology incubator for building India's leadership in the above mentioned technological area across the country in collaborative manner also. Till date, STPI has launched the following 24 Center for Entrepreneurship. 24. And out of 24, I came to know 2 centers are exclusively working for Agri-Tech. like in Maharashtra, Akola is working for Agri-Tech, and I believe one more center in Bihar, Patna, that is also supporting this Agri-Tech. Now look at, although like the different kind of domain I have written this Agri-Tech, but
तो
let me
आपको
tell you,
छोड़ते थे फिर क्या
please mute yourself. I think one applicant is not aware his mic is open, so we should not disturb others also. So now look at here. Although it is from the IT and ITES, but let me tell you something which is very interesting. For example, now these days agriculture is now very near to be a friend of this IoT, blockchain, artificial intelligence, machine learning, AI, ML, even robotics, all kind of things. And our like we are becoming like smart agriculture. So our agriculture system is also growing, and system is growing. It's not only growing, system is looking for the support from the technology side, and technology, these are all kind of things are part of this technology. So it is not necessary to work on directly on technology, but it could be a supporting system. Like suppose you have supply chain, you have IoT, you have solar power related boss boss a lot of system. So the such system is helping to our farmer. And now these days farmers are also using such technology. Like blockchain is very very common now these days. I have seen like many farmers in Punjab and many like FPOs, they are using such AI ML technology and moving further, like color sorting and such kind of machines are also working on this artificial intelligence, and that is supporting for Indian fruit and vegetable, and the paddy like rice, and especially in basmati, and some more valuable agriculture commodities. So this software technology park is also entertaining and inviting all the startups across the country. They have their center, they have co-working space also, they have funds to support, they have mentors. So anyone can visit this software technology park at their nearby place or the nearby university and learn about that what they are offering. So my request is all the faculty members may please uh, motivate to our students to visit software technology park, as they have 24 centers of entrepreneurship across the country, especially 13 center for excellences. So let them learn, and it doesn't matter in the kind of technology they are using, but they'll be benefited by having this co-working space, as well as the very experienced mentor. They are working in that proper ecosystem. Same like in Atal Incubation Center. Yes, if you visit Atal Incubation Center, then still you are eligible to have mentoring from Atal Incubation Center, and you may be eligible for co-working space also. And like RKVY Raftaar, they are also providing co-working space on very nominal rates, like 200 sorry 2000 rupees per month or 3000 rupees per month. So you can have your own office in these centers, and that supported by all kind of amenities, like you will have one desk and table and chair and laptop, or maybe the computer or air condition system, and this printer, telephone, and intercom. So and the different kind of mentors who are frequently visiting these centers, you will be benefited from them also. So such kind of facilities are available in STPI, and all kind of facilities are available in Atal Incubation Center also. Then look at some example of this Atal Incubation Center, where they are working and the kind of specialization they have. So Electropreneur Park at New Delhi. Now, you may think, since you are from agriculture side, so what are the advantages to visit this electropreneur park at Delhi? So it is not necessary. Electropreneur means sometimes, you may be using some electronic gadgets or device for your agriculture. So still you are eligible. So go see, how they are working. You may learn a lot. Then Motion, uh, COE at Pune, Neuron at Mohali, FinBlue at Chennai, Internet of Things, Open Lab at Bangalore, Epire at Gurgaon, Electropreneur Park at Bhuneshwar, Image at Hyderabad, and VAR Center for Excellence at Bhuneshwar, and Meditech COE at Lucknow, IoT in Agriculture COE at Guwahati. Hmm? So very, very interesting. So don't shy. I mean, my request is to all the faculty members, they should also visit and look at. Otherwise, it is difficult to tell or convince your startup or your students, the kind of advantage they may take from these centers. So I'll request all of them to visit nearby and see what they are working and the kind of facilities which are available on those center. Then emerging technologies, which is AR, VR, COE at Imphal. Then geographic information system, GIS, which is COE at Itanagar. Gaming tech, COE at Aizol. Graphic design, COE at Kohima. Healthcare tech, COE at Gangtok. Data analytics, COE at Agartala. AIC, uh, STPI, Bangalore. Fasal, COE, Kalpatru at Vizag, MTech at Raurkela, Efficiency Augmentation at Bangalore, and Finglo B at Gandhinagar. So these are the list, and I'm not sure each and every one is suitable for you, but it is your choice where you want to visit and look at, and the kind of facilities are available. And based on your requirement, you may avail that facility. And all are somewhere are interlinked on agriculture. So MSME centers. MSME has total 128 Aspire incubators are approved on pan India basis. So my request is, if you want the list from MSME centers, please do visit one MSME directorate which is located each and every state capital, like you will find in Hyderabad for Telangana and Andhra, for Chennai, like for Tamil Nadu, for Kerala and Trivandrum, for Karnataka in Bangalore, in Rajasthan like Jaipur, in like Maharashtra in Mumbai, something like that. So they are also promoting agro processing and agro agriculture. So we need to visit and see how they are, helping us, like through support of through financial support, through mentorship support, or through grant or loan or investment. Many kind of instruments are available. So now look at this Department of Science and Technology. Department of Science and Technology, which has total number are 258, and almost all are set up either at IIT, NIT, or IIMS and Center for Excellences. So IIT means Indian Institute of Technology, NIT means National Institute of Technology, IIMS like Indian Institute of Management, and Center for Excellence. So these centers are set up across the country, and you may take advantage. They have again co-working space, all kind of one of the best infrastructure, and mentors are also available. And the advantage is basically, if you are looking at that particular type of technology, that technology part is also available in these center. Now let me give you some history background of these centers. Initially, Department of Science and Technology, since they were looking after as science and technology, and agriculture was the part of science only. So initially they have supported agri related startups also, where the ICRISAT and other institutions has took the advantage, and they have set up their startup center. But later on, Department of Science and Technology said, this discipline must be handled by ICR or maybe the agriculture division. So we should take care only for technology related issues, and technology related issues are supported by the IIT, NIT, and IIMS. So initially 50 incubation center has been supported by the uh, DST, which includes the this ICRISAT also. But later on, uh, ICR and Ministry of Agriculture has supported those uh, incubation centers. Now, Startup India. So, Startup India is basically is a like uh, is a like godfather of the startup ecosystem in our country. So what they do, they do like, what is your idea is not just an idea. Like they look at, it should not be an idea. It should move further, and it should transform into a reality. So what if huh, it sees in light, like what is idea, whether it is scalable, it is viable, it is feasible, and the kind of issues which can move further to look at this idea. So what if it is really born, like whether it is going to be a hit or not, it is miss, huh? So what if you can get someone to believe in it? I mean, you need to see the kind of idea what you have, if someone is ready to believe in your idea or not. If someone is not believing in your idea, it means we are mistaken somewhere and we need to mature our idea. If someone is related to believe in your idea, then again we need to go further and convert into an convert into an startup. So, and help you nurture it. Like Startup India is basically is helping you to nurture it. What if you can get a clear path for it? Startup India will ensure you will have a clear path for the startup. Then what if it can actually travel? Travel means basically, you, it's not like you are traveling. It is means your startup is traveling. Your startup is moving from here to there, like maybe from one state to second state, one country to second country, across the world, across the state, across the city, whatever it is. Then what if it grows and blooms? Suppose your startup is growing and blooming like anything, sparkling, shining. Then who will handle? Who will help? Startup India is going to help us. Then what if the whole world embraces? It means your startup is not going to hit. The world is very, very embraces now. You are not feeling yourself, my startup is good, or I'm not moving well, or I'm not doing good, something like. Then again, Startup India comes in and they'll help you. What if your idea is not just an idea? Huh? Simple. It means you are again starting. So you need to mature your idea again. So there are flaws, there are some weaknesses in your idea. So what is required? You need to have, you need to redefine your idea. Once you redefine your idea, then you are able to uh, you know uh, remove the flaws in your idea, and your idea would be the perfect idea. BIRAC. So BIRAC has one more ecosystem for the startup ecosystem. That is again BioNest and BIRAC, and these are the format. Once you visit the website, then you will understand. So basically, BIRAC and BioNest, they are supporting biotechnology related startups. So anything which is comes under this bio uh, biotechnology, so you are eligible and you will have ample scope to look at. For example, BIRAC support for startups, BIRAC regional center operated by BIRAC regional center, uh, which is known as a BREC, BRIC and BRAC. Then EUA for UG student, and while UIC University Innovation Cluster, that is for EUA. Then this BIRAC Regional Center, BRIC, is known for whom? For product commercialization program, and then equity funding program also, and equity funding which is known as a LEAP. So equity funding ACE, equity funding LEAP. Then if you look at one more step ahead, BIRAC Regional Center, which is known as a BREC, BIRAC Regional Center, BRBC. Then BIRAC Regional Center, BRTC, then Intellectual Property Right Technology Management Cell. Then ETA, Early Translation Acceleration, then SPARSH, and Big Biotechnological Ignition Grant Scheme. So you look at, these are the different segment and buttons and funded scheme which is provided by BIRAC. BIRAC again, I think more than 30 across the country they are already in good shape. They are working, and my request is just look at what they are doing, the kind of, and one interesting thing, when you go to the any incubation center, certainly you will find good people who are working as a mentor, good people who are working as a supporting system of that incubation center. And one thing which is really amazing, uh, startups are also working over there. So the founder and co-founder of those startups are available, and they act like a mentor, because they know very well, they know all kind of pros and cons, the kind of difficulty which was faced by them earlier, and how they have come out from that particular difficulty. So they are ready to handhold for any upcoming youth in that center, which is very very interesting and good thing for this center. Now today, India boasts the being third largest startup ecosystem across the globe. Now look at, I was talking about the fifth. Now I'm saying third. The country has over 100 unicorn. I told you, now 130 unicorns and more than 60,000 startups operating within the territory. Myself has introduced 650, and startup RKVY Raftaar Agri System has introduced more than 10,000 startups in the country itself. This success can be partly attributed to the active support provided by the Indian government to startup and entrepreneurs through its various schemes and programs. I have given you some glimpses. All of the aforementioned program were accompanied by various government schemes and resources to provide financial assistance and working capital for startups. For instance, startups are eligible for a variety of benefits under the Startup India Action Plan, including tax incentive and exemptions also, loan at reduced interest rate, skill development program, prioritization of startup in public procurement, etc. These articles aim to cover few of the numerous schemes launched by the Indian government. So now let's discuss about the top 10 schemes which are supporting entrepreneurial or startup ecosystem focused on agri startup also. So Aspire scheme, a scheme for promotion of innovation, rural industry and entrepreneurship. This scheme was introduced to set up a network of technology center and incubation center across the country with the objective to accelerate entrepreneurship and encouraging innovation for unmet social need in agro business industry. It provides financial aid for setting up livelihood business incubator and or technology business incubators by way of one-time grant of 100% cost of plant, which include the plant and machinery, apart from land and infrastructure. Through these startups, through this incubation center, you will not receive any grant or any support for land and infrastructure. But yes, if you want to apply in a regional corridor, then the local government, you may take advantage for the land and infrastructure, maybe subsidized rate, which is based on the local government support system, or a sum up of INR Indian rupee 100 lakh, like which is 1 crore, whichever is less. In India, a large portion of the population is still dependent on agriculture for their livelihood, and a substantial number of Indians live in rural area. As such, this scheme was launched with the purpose of generating employment and establishing enterprise in the agriculture industry. It provides knowledge to entrepreneur for establishing their own business, to emerge as employee, and to ensure their self-sustainability. This program intend to foster district level economic growth from the ground up. As you look at this scheme, is promoting innovation, rural industry, and entrepreneurship. And many I have seen many agri-tech startup has taken the advantage of this Aspire scheme. This scheme is very much popular among rural youth, and they are taking advantage. As you have seen, the grant, which is 100% up to the 1 crore rupees, is available under this category apart from the land and machinery. So I'll request you though, again, faculty member, please encourage to our student to go into it and find out how to take this opportunity. Then Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Under this scheme, Micro Unit Development and Refinery Agency Limited, which is known as a Mudra, is a non-banking financial company which support development of micro enterprises sector in India. Mudra provide refinance support to bank and or microfinance institution for lending to micro unit who have loan requirement up to the Indian rupee 10 lakh, up to the 10 lakh rupees, because it is known for micro. Huh? So micro unit, which is less than 10 lakh. The loan have been divided into category of Tarun, Kishore, and Shishu. It is not like Shishu means like the 5 year age, or Tarun means the 10 year age of boy or girl. Tarun, Kishore, Shishu means short term, medium term, and long term loan based on your industry. Suppose your industry is looking for short term loan, which comes under the category of Shishu. If you are looking for loan which is medium term, then your loan will come under the category of Kishore. If you are looking loan which is for long term, then loan will come under the category of Tarun. So depending on the stage of development, funding need, and age of business, and the amount of loan that can be availed by these businesses, there is no collateral security. I mean, you need not to go any kind of security against your loan for these assets and loans up to the 10 lakh rupee. And up to the 10 lakh rupee can be provided to small business which are non-corporate and non-farm micro or small enterprises. Look at here, I have mentioned you non-farm also. Non-farm means it's not directly to the agriculture, but yes, indirectly agriculture is available. So directly in farm category, it is not eligible, but indirect farm category, yes, it is eligible. Or for small enterprises, this loan is granted for a variety of activities which provide income generation and employment creation. It is mostly offered to street vendor, store owner, trader, and other service provider. Additionally, working capital, travel vehicle, and working capital loan are offered. It is a unique scheme that is devised to empower Indian entrepreneur, especially gig community, if I say in a right term. Now, let's come to the third one. Third one is support for international patent protection in electronics and information technology, which is known as a SIP-EIT. Now, you may think this is not related with the Agri-Tech, but it is not true. This support system is also affiliated and attached with the Agri-Tech. Also, I'll explain you how. The SIP-EIT scheme was launched by the Department of Electronics and Information Technology. It was known as a DITI, with the aim of providing government funding to technology startup and micro, small, and medium enterprises in India for filing international patents. This encourages innovation, build brand recognition, and recognize the importance and potential of having global intellectual property protection. The financial assistance is provided to the information communication, technologies, and electronic sector. The eligible entities can apply for this scheme at any stage of international patent filing process. The reimbursement limit is set up for either 50% of the total expenses incurred during filing and processing of the application, or 15 lakh for every invention, whichever is earlier. So anything which is correlated in agriculture, we are also eligible to take advantage under this scheme. Now, number four, that is multiplier grant scheme. Multiplier grant scheme is very interesting scheme. This scheme was again launched by DITI with the objective of encouraging industries to collaborate with premier academic and government research and development institution for the development of packaging and products. So this scheme has focus on packaging also, which is very important. We know very well, if we do not have good packaging, then we cannot take the advantage of strawberry market. If we do not have packaging for grapes, then you look at grapes would be limited. If you do not have packaging for the mushroom, then look at it is very difficult to market mushroom. So such kind of products are very important, and we can reach at the very far. It could be like national or international if we develop such kind of packaging and products. This would strengthen the link between industry and institute, accelerate the development of indigenous product and packages, and bridge the gap between proof of concept and globalization. Under this scheme, if an industry support the R&D of product that are capable to commercialization, the government would provide funding up to the twice of amount provided by the industry. The grant amount for an individual industry is restricted to 2 crore per project, and the preferred duration of each project is less than 2 years. For a consortium of industry, the grant limit is 4 crore with the duration of 3. Consortium means basically if two or more firm are together working together to find out to implement the project of packaging or maybe other kind of projection, then they comes under the category of consortium. Now look at the credit guarantee. Credit guarantee fund trust for micro and small enterprise, which is known as a CGTMSE, to implement credit guarantee fund scheme for micro and small enterprises. Ministry of MSME, Government of India, and the Small Industries Development Bank, which is known as a SIDBI, established the Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises. enterprises, which is known as a CGT MSE. This scheme strengthens the credit delivery system and facilitates flow of credit in the MSE sector. It provides loan at highly subsidized rate and zero collateral. Zero collateral is very, very important. Otherwise, whenever you go for the loan, you need to put up some collateral. But here, zero collateral to the startups, small scale industries, and micro level business. This scheme cover fund and non-fund based credit facilities up to the rupees 200 lakhs for every eligible borrower. And the funds are dispersed by the SIDBI. The scheme is primarily for services or manufacturing business, and the loan can be availed from the in the form of term loan or working capital. Sometimes what we feel, we have shortage of working capital. Like in RKVY Raftaar also, when you put up your loan, your subsidy, your grant requirement, then the institute will not approve 100% working capital what you are submitting. They'll say you may have 50%, you may have 30%, and you just go for the more and more circulation of your money to avoid to take more working capital from the market. Now the sixth point out of 10 is single point registration scheme, which is known as a SPRS scheme. Now, what is single point? So, SPRS is developmental scheme managed by the National Small Industries Corporation, which is part of Ministry of MSME. So, NSIC as an abbreviation for supporting MSE. Undoubtedly, the Indian government is the single largest purchaser of large array of goods. The objective behind this scheme was to increase the number of purchases from the small scale sector. By opting this scheme, NSIC register the eligible MSE to participate in government purchase. As you may be aware, most of the state are providing special provision from the startups to purchase directly. They are putting some cap also. Suppose up to the 15 lakh rupees. I'm just giving you example. The government may purchase from startups directly. That kind of rule many state government has introduced. So you need to check from your state, like the kind of facilities which are available in your state. Eligible for MSE for participation in government purchase without any earnest money deposit. I mean, you need not to put up any EMD, which is the money taken from bidder before the place any bid as a security deposit for ensuring their seriousness in the project. Thus, under SPRS, MSE having an NSIC registration will be exempt from paying the EMD. Further, benefit include advantage in tender participation, free of cost tender, procurement from MSE. As an additional benefit, 358 categories of goods are reserved for being purchased exclusively from the MSE, and the government has also prescribed a minimum limit of 25% of total yearly purchase made by central ministries, department, and public sector undertaking from MSE only. Same kind of system has been introduced by the state government also. So you need to check up from state government portal also. Then extra mural research or core research grant, which is called as a CRG. This is called as CRG. CRG was originally named as External Research Funding Scheme. It was launched more than 4 decades ago after the establishment of Science and Engineering Research Board, SERB, but continues to be one of the most relevant and useful scheme. The objective of CRG is to help research lab, academic institution, and other R&D institution carry out research in all frontier field of science and engineering, which include agri-tech also. Thus, it encourages upcoming and eminent scientists for an individual-centric competitive method of research funding. So this one is the seventh number. Then let's take the eighth number, high risk and high reward research. Means if your business has high risk, then reward must be high. This scheme aims to support and invite new idea and proposal which carry the potential to have a broad impact in the domain of science and technology. Again, agri-tech comes under this category. It lays emphasis on proposal that are new and risky, but if successful, can be highly rewarding for the field of science. Such proposal may include theoretical and experimental advances, challenges to existing hypotheses, scientific and breakthroughs, an out of box solution for an important problem, or the formulation of a new hypothesis that brings about new technologies. This is no prescribed budget limit for these projects. And the research grant shall cover consumable contingencies, equipment, and traveling cost apart from the overhead grants. The funding is provided for 3 years, which may be extended for up to the 5 year in exception cases. Then design clinic scheme. Design clinic scheme, the Indian government has recognized the importance of innovation and design in the growth of any brand and decided that every MSME and startup should build a design centric approach for fueling their startup. In order to encourage small business to experiment with new and innovative design for their goods, the Ministry of MSME established the Design Clinic scheme to create a sustainable design ecosystem through ongoing training and skill development under this scheme. The government shall extend it up to the 60,000 rupees for attending seminar on design and up to the 3.5 lakh rupees or 75% of the seminar cost, where the seminar is conducted by the startup or MSME. By virtue of this program, it is expected that entrepreneurs and leaders would get an opportunity to learn about the latest practices and trends pertaining to the design, network with other innovator and designer, learn design theory, and increase the local competitiveness of their product using design. Now, these days, a new word is very common, which is design thinking. Design thinking is nothing but it is an idea stage, or maybe the pre stage for the idea. So basically, it's a like new nomenclature of design, which is known as a design thinking or similar to idea. Then zero effect scheme. This mission seeks to motivate manufacturer to create better product, have zero defect and high quality. As the name suggests, it has hand-holding scheme that provide an opportunity to MSME to embrace world-class manufacturing process, use new technology. For example, you want to export anything from India where the high-tech technology is using, and maybe the vacuum-based packaging, or maybe like for the organic farming, the different kind of technology, digital or maybe the mechanical kind of technology which is used to avoid any kind of zero defect. Those are eligible under this scheme. The scheme provide tool technology as well as the financial assistance to startup and MSME for ensuring zero defect in their goods. So zero defect or zero effect also offer a holistic certification assessing enterprises for JDT. The support startups in the climbing up the maturity assessment model of the scheme. So apart from the very, very famous ecosystem, I have explained you about these 10 additional schemes where somehow or maybe somewhere they you can take advantage for your agri-tech startup, because it is just indicative and not limited. It covers all the sector which include agriculture also. Now, some good incubation center which are from the private sector also are working in the country, and they are also as good as government ecosystem. Although I have been asked to give my presentation on only on government funding scheme, but I thought it would be incomplete if I do not give you the idea about the private sector funded schemes also. So within 5 minutes, I am going to finish this one also. Please try to look at, for example, Venture Catalyst, 9 Unicorn Accelerator Fund, Acceler Venture, India Accelerator, CIIE.co, IAM Kolkata Innovation Park, GSF, Advant Age Founder, Marwadi Catalyst, 10,000 Startups, Amity Innovation Incubation, Angel Prime, CIIE, IIMA, IAN Incubator, I Create, Inda West, Khosla Lab, NSR, CEL Bangalore, Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Park, Seed Farm, Seed Fund, Shine, Srijan Capital, Startup Village, Unlimited India. So let's come to see the conclusion. Conclusion is like these schemes discussed in this presentation serve a twofold purpose: the support and benefit the existing startup and business, while also inspiring and encouraging budding entrepreneur, students, and leaders from every domain. Look at my word, every domain. It means this include agri-tech also. And I'm simultaneously I've explained you some domain which are exclusively made for agri-tech only to launch their own business and take another step towards an Atmanirbhar Bharat. The vision is to enable the talent of India to dream of new ideas, implement them, and ultimately convert them into a successful and thriving business. These initiatives have proved to be quite successful in their objective, with India ranking number 3 in the list of world highest number of startup. We are moving for number 2, and one day with the 5 trillion economy, we may become number 1 startup ecosystem in the world. With these words, I would like to stop here of my presentation, and I would like to invite you to have questions if you have any question. Hmm? And still, I'm ready to share my email. If you have any question, please do send me your problem or question. I will revert back you at the earliest. My email is, please note down my email. I've not written on the slide, but let me give you. My email is, my name is Ramesh Mittal, and you just make him opposite like Mittal Ramesh. So in all small words, just write Mittal Ramesh, MITTALRAMESH @ gmail.com. So feel free to send me mail anytime. It is guaranteed. I'll help you for your question, for your query, or for your temptation. With these words, I just want to invite, as a open forum, I would like to invite all the participants if they have any question.
Yes, sir. So thank you so much for your very highly inspiring and very, very insightful session, sir. Because we were, I think so, most of the participants may or may not be aware of such depth of schemes that are available, which are offered by government under these specific sectors. So thank you so much for specially covering in depth on the major schemes as well as broadly, especially the RKVY Raftaar. I mean, so many insights. At least I am more benefited from this session. So thank you so much. Yeah. Up to the participants, maybe any participant who want to ask the questions, you can just unmute yourself and you can ask the questions, or you may drop a message into the chat box.
Good evening, sir. You spoke about a lot of center of excellences that are there, which and incubation centers which our students can visit. Can
Right.
you name a few in Karnataka? And can we go and visit? Should we take any permission, or is it allowed for any institute to go and
Yeah,
visit
yeah,
the center of
yeah.
excellence?
Right. Let me tell you, each and every state capital has mostly all the incubation centers. For example, if you want to visit like technology based incubation center in Karnataka, then like NIT Suratkal, you will find one. Huh? Or maybe if you find any kind of IIT, or maybe the IIM Bangalore, which is in Karnataka itself, you can visit. Second is like RKVY Raftaar, that University of Agriculture Science, Dharwad, which is one of the biggest university. You will find that kind of incubation center. And nearby, Deshpande Foundation has also in that area, which is the private incubation center, but still you can visit. So such kind of each and every format, like for example, this STPI, which is Software Technology Park of India, you will find one, incubation center in Bangalore itself. So you can visit. Like Bangalore has its own, and even the big universities like Manipal and this NITI and all kind of big setup, they have their own incubation center as a privately, but all are open. Like this, for example, this NITI has, I think they have got one, this Atal Incubation Center also. So it is available for free. Like you can pop in anytime. You need not to take any permission from anybody. It is open for public, open for outsider also. And anyone from the ecosystem, you can go and visit. But it is always good to send a mail, because if you want to meet the good mentors and head of the department, and the faculty members also, then it is always good to have some appointment, because they may not be available, they may not be, they may be out of city, they may be out of the institute. So try to avoid such situation, because maybe very far off you are visiting and you are expecting they'll be over there. So it is always good to have some kind of chit chat, or maybe you can exchange the number, and through WhatsApp, or maybe through phone or mobile, or email, you can call them and you can visit. And you know, the interesting part is, like, in some incubation center you will find the demo part also, like the kind of innovation what they have done it. So such innovative products are available. Yeah, and even, you know, if you visit their website, so at their website you will find so many coffee table books, you know, startup and incubation centers. I think I
Thank
have
you,
given
sir.
you the answer. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir.
Uh, We can take some more questions, please.
Yeah, any more questions? And request the participants to kindly unmute themselves and you could ask the question to the resource person. Uh, any questions? So I think it was a very detailed this thing, your presentation that
But
not to
I'll
connect.
yeah, but I'll request you, please. I'm going to give you this PowerPoint presentation also.
Yes, sir,
So
yes, sir.
please circulate to all of them.
Definitely,
And,
definitely.
one more request, like from my side, feel
Yes,
free to you know, send me mail anytime. We'll connect you for the different incubation centers, because almost like since last 33 years I'm working for this entrepreneurship development and this
yes,
incubation
absolutely.
ecosystem. Yeah,
So,
so that
so
will be good to hear from all of them, and if they are looking any kind of help from my side also, I'm always available.
absolutely, it's an gratitude and an honor to have you amongst us, sir. And with all the experience that you carry, I'm sure it is going to add more value to all the faculties and the fraternity over here who have joined.
Please.
Yes. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for being and enlightening us with all the different types of schemes, which is the need of the hour. I mean, people may know like what to do. They may be having an idea, but the kind of support that is given by the government is really something that we were not aware of. And through your sessions, I think it has added a great value to this
Right,
forum, sir.
right.
So thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you for this great opportunity and interaction also. Thank you all the participants. Thank you.
Participants, please note, we have shared the feedback form link for session number 12 into the chat box. So kindly take your time to fill up the feedback form, and we have a 10 minutes break, 9 minutes specifically, and we'll be having our final session of our last this last session of this 6 days online FDP by Dr. Sachin Kamble. He's an overseas expert from France, and we all would be eager to wait to listen to him. So exactly at 5 o'clock, we should begin with our last and the final session by the speaker, Dr. Sachin Kamble. So kindly go to the feedback link. It has been shared. I'll just reshare it once again for others to go through. Thank you so much.